Hey everybody, this is Doug Guys, and we're back with another video. And so I showed off earlier getting the movement going for this, and I just got the tile map system done. Now this was remarkably easy to do, like beyond easier than I thought it was. And this is really just kind of credit to the Unity team and everything else for implementing really beautiful prefabs for doing this stuff. So back when I originally started doing like game development stuff for people, I tried to actually make something like this. I got a prototype done. But back when I did it, I think it was like 2014 or something, you had to build your entire tile system by yourself. So you had to build your mesh renders, you had to build your tile generators, your systems that put it all into place, the ability to brush paint, everything like that. You had to build it all yourself or go buy somebody's asset pack. Now Unity has a built-in tile map system. It's really simple to build. You literally just right-click on here, 2D, create tile map. When you get the tile map done, all you have to do is then go make a tile palette, which I made a little palette here. I borrowed some textures from Minecraft just for testing. And you just generate that. You just got to do some really simple things like splice your tile sheet up so that way you have individual tiles. I almost think what I can do is just do exactly what Minecraft does and actually use individual tiles. I think what it'll do is stitch them together for me. I'm not actually sure how that it works. But you get all this created, toss it in there. There's a few tricks you actually do have to do. You have to do things like turn off anti-aliasing, turn off compression and stuff to get the render right. But once you get it rendered, you can pretty much do this and just kind of paint some randomness around here, just like you were painting in Microsoft Paint. This is going to make level designing and building incredibly easy, because once I get a tile palette up, which I'm going to probably spend the next few weeks just working on, I can start building really cool levels, really nice designs. And the amazing thing with this is you can basically have as many tile maps as you want, so you can have all these different layers and build on top of each other and do different things. Like for example, if I wanted to make another tile map, which I should do this real quick, is create another, I think what you do is create 2D tile map. So if I wanted another tile map here, and if I wanted to make this, say for example, put this on my entity flying layer, because I'm going to have flying entities in this game, I can then do something like this and make like an overpass here. Apparently did not want to render on the right layer. I think I got the right layer this time. Now I actually wonder if this is actually rendering on a different layer. No, it is using the wrong layer. Ground tiles, brush. Yeah, you gotta set your active tile map. So that's something we learned. But I could do something, for example, is add some overpasses here. So if I wanted to have, like, say, like street lights coming across that you would drive underneath, I can put these here and have them here. So that way you had something blocking your view momentarily to give it that little bit of extra view. And the cool thing is this is all set up in the game and everything. And ignore the lag. That literally is just the fact that I'm running way too much stuff in the background. But we can get the game rolling. Hit the play button. And I can literally drive, and it looks like the render layers are not sticking properly. Let me actually hit save again on this. Save scene, tile map layer, entity flying layer. Sorting order. It looks good. You're gonna need to do something like that. Try this again. Weird, like in the editor you guys clearly saw that was on the right tile map, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, I'm not gonna work. Oh, because I don't have it enabled, maybe. Nope, that's not it. Let's try this again. Let's actually go into the map below it, set our active map back to tile map, and actually clean up this lower level real quick. And we need to go to the scene view for this. There we go. So clean that up real quick, that way I can actually see the difference between these levels. And then set our active map to tile map 1. And then put that back in there. There we go. Still learning how to do all this stuff, so apologies for this video being a little bit more of me just figuring things out than actually getting something rolling. I'm actually going to be toying with this like all day long and actually getting this to run. It's running a little faster now that I think OBS is no longer sucking up all the bandwidth. But look at that, we can have overhead on here. This is why one of the reasons I actually really do love Unity is because I can do all of this stuff. I can program all of this and actually make this work in something like Java or C# or something like that. And I can make it, but I would spend so long building something like this. It would take me weeks or months to get just a system like this going. And then by the time I get that done, I might burn myself out before I actually get into the stuff that really matters, like the gameplay mechanics, the story, the progression of the game, like the equipment driven system. Look at that. That is just, now that we got that camera angle system going, that, I don't know if I don't like it or love it or hate it. Because like the cool thing about the camera is, you know, at least always where your mouse is going to be. Like you can just do this and you know your turret's going to be in front of you. But the problem with this is really disorientating really quick. Definitely going to have to program a custom camera follower. And of course I'm going to have to make collision boxes for a lot of stuff too. So there is a way to turn collision on for this, and I believe you just have to tell the tile map to generate colliders. I intentionally did program this not to have colliders because I didn't want any of the layers I'm currently working on to collide with the tank. But I think the ideal of how this does work. I'm going to guess at this because I have not actually researched this, but I was going through the system, and let's actually name these tile sets. So this would be like above entities. We'll call this the floor, and then we'll say call this walls is what we'll call this, and we'll just keep it generic because it doesn't really matter. Make sure we put this like that so it's a little bit. Actually, we'll call this ceiling, just so that way it's a little bit more consistent. You get the like floor, wall, ceilings, and then just make sure the layers are set right. So this is now going to be our. So we got background floor tiles, and I think this is going to be on the entity layer. And the ceiling is going to be on the entity flying. I'll have to make another layer just for all the tiles. Because you don't want the flying entities to smack into your ceiling tiles, because then you wouldn't have flying entities actually get anywhere. Although it would be a really cool thing to limit some of the flying entities to certain rooms in the combat situation. But let's go ahead and test this. And I think all they have to do is go onto here and then generate physics shapes. That's what I saw earlier. I turned it off intentionally. Now let's see if that actually does work exactly what I think it does. Nah, it doesn't. So it looks like I am definitely going to have to program some physics shapes into the tiles. I think each individual tile, and if we actually go hunt down where the tile is in the tile palette, I think what you can do with these is you can actually edit these and do a lot of other things. I think this tile map is baked because there's a baking thing down here, so I think we can actually bake these. So when I am done with this tile map, I think what I can do is save it as a single image into the install, so that way we're not generating thousands or rendering thousands of tiles. Instead, we're rendering a single polygon image, which would be really cool. Anyways, I'll leave you guys here, and I'll come back with more content showing this off, and I'm really hoping to get a lot of progress made over this week and next week. And I actually want to get a playable prototype, although I really do have to look at certain things of what we're going to do, but I'll talk about that in another video.